welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I got Jaz from
J Nourish.
Yeah, so heaps to talk about. Definitely want to hear about your story, how you got into horses if you did horses when you were young.
Yep.
Did you?
I did. I was literally born and bred into horses. Okay. Both mum and dad's side. It was in my blood.
I didn't realise that because I've met your mum.
Yeah.
And I didn't actually realise that.
Yeah.
So what did she ride for pleasure?
Both sides of the family were mainly racing. So racehorse background. So I grew up around Thoroughbreds, and I think I had my first pony who was Tinkerbell, a little white. I think she was like a Welsh A Shetland kind of cross. But she, when I was like 3, but I was like in the saddle from before I could walk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that.
So both my grandparents were jockeys. Then they became trainers. My dad was a jockey. My uncle on my dad's side, farrier, blacksmith. My uncle on mum's side, she's got 3 brothers. One is a saddler, Peter Horriman. You probably heard of him. Yeah, that's my uncle. The other one, a farrier as well, and a jockey, the other one. So like born and bred.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that. And that's obviously why you love Thoroughbreds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how I feel like you have an affinity with what you started with. Like, there's all the things to do with how you take your stuff from childhood into adulthood in a negative way. But I'm like, what about all the positive stuff?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where it's come from.
Yeah. I love them. Like I've grown up with them. I have 2 of my own, both off the trackers. One older who had pretty hard racing career, but he's an absolute legend, Jagger.
He's quiet, hey?
Super quiet. Both of them are, pretty chill. And then Chevy, I just got him like 5 months ago. He's only 3, never made it to an actual trial, had like 2 barrier trials. And but for his age, oh my God, he's going to be an absolute little ripper.
And was he too slow?
Yeah, too slow.
Yeah.
Just didn't want to race, which is great. He looks like he's only 15, maybe 15-1, but he'll definitely grow a bit more. But he looks like a little riding pony, which is
cute.
Cool. Yeah. So
I love riding ponies.
yeah. So hopefully he'll just be my little performance pony or horse.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so you rode as a kid on ponies. Did you do lessons or were you taught at home?
So I grew up, I don't know, Dad and I just used to spend pretty much every weekend on my grandparents' and Dad's property with the horses. And then, whenever I was there, I was riding. Actually, funny story, and I'm such an early riser now, always have been, but I used to ride my pony to the track with them. They'd work, ride one back, and I would do that a couple of times before I'd go to school.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
And where was that?
In Mornington. Yeah, so I grew up Mornington Peninsula, Victoria.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
I feel like I already know you quite well and I don't know any of this stuff.
Yeah, I know. So that was really cool. I got to ride with my pop, my dad, and just like I have a brother. He's 9 years younger than me though, but I was so independent and like just so happy with my horses. They'd always tell me off because they'd find me in the stable reading a book about horses, like sitting underneath my pony's legs. They're like, Jasmine, get out. That's dangerous. And I'm like, he's fine. But grew up. I probably had how many? Like, I don't know, between 5 and 10. You lose count, Some stayed for longer times, ponies. But I did pony club from, like quite a young age and showing pretty much. I did a couple of inter-school like dressage kind of things, but yeah, mainly just like showing or hacking, as you guys call it up here. Yeah. So I was very much like loved. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm a hacky.
Oh my God, I would not pick it.
I'm dying to get back into hacking, but like, you know, I've got 2 kids, 2 under 2. So I got Jagger almost 3 years ago. So he's been with me through both of my pregnancies, looked after me, and yeah, I've been dying to take him out and do something like little dressage thing, something hacky, but we'll get there. You'll get eventually. There. Yeah.
I've had, so the last 2 guests, it was Betta and Maxime, you know both of them. Yeah. And they're obviously navigating having horses and being new mums.
Yes.
So it's like a theme at the moment on this podcast. So I'm like,
Chapter 3 of
how are you
horse
doing
mum life?
How are you doing it?
How am I doing it? With great support from my mum and my partner, Zach. Yeah. And
they both seem really supportive.
They know that it's my therapy, and like the same thing for Betta and Maxine, you know, like I think when it's really, it's in you, you need it. Like you can't.
Like you either it's in you or it's not. If it's in you, it's pretty hard to squash.
Yeah, 100%. And it's my happy place. Like I use it as my therapy, just and I guess meeting Betta, being a hacky and kind of only knowing like, okay, just, you know, take the horse out, work them back in. I suppose that kind of like racing, you know, routine as well. But since moving up here almost 10 years ago, I've met some amazing horsewomen like yourself and Betta, and just having a bit of a new approach and outlook on how to be and how to interact with your horses.
Yeah. Adding a bit of horsemanship in there.
Yeah. 100%. And like I've been doing groundwork so much with my horses, like just either rehab or because I'm too pregnant or don't have the time to ride. So just really learning more and more about listening and watching the horse, and you know that's been a savior. I think. It's through the last couple of years.
It's one of my favorite types of people to like. I don't really teach riding much anymore, but like is someone that comes from a dressage or hacky background, and they're like, I just want to learn a bit of horsemanship, and because you can already ride. You can do lots of the technical parts of riding. It's like you basically just need to relax and learn a little groundwork, and then it's just a million times better because you already can do the stuff that takes a long time to learn, really. It's a pretty cool like pathway to have, I think. And then you get like the connection as well, but you can just get on and have fun. Yeah, it's cool. I'm stoked for you.
Trails, like I think the off the tracks, they just love that because they can get out, they can like you know, be happy.
Every horse does.
Like
absolutely. It's huge. I feel like if we get sticky breakers, you take them out and just let them move. Like people always tell me that have problems like, you know, getting their horse to canter and do these things. I'm like, let them out somewhere and let them move. Like, you know, you're trying to make them do these things in a space when they need to find their feet with you on them. Yeah. So, trails, so good. And I think as well when they come from being stabled and living that lifestyle, they're like, oh, this is pretty good. Yeah. Like, they love it.
I just moved my 2 to a place a couple of days ago, and they've got, you know, 2 maybe just over 2 acre paddock, and Chevy, the little one, was doing like laps, and he was doing little rears at Jagger, and he's just like, this is so fun. And then they'd been in the paddock for about 20 minutes just loving the grass, and I walked in there and he just looked at me and cantered straight over towards me, and I was like, this is the best. Like he's just like, Mom, I'm so happy.
Cute.
Yeah. And I think he's like stoked just being out of that race environment. He did a tendon 6 months ago, so I bought him with him just coming out of like box rest from Cliff Brown down in Mornington and racing stables. But I know some girls who rehome off the trackers. Yeah. So yeah, they're kind of friends of mine. So it was nice to have
someone on the ground to look.
Yeah, exactly.
It's important.
Yeah,
so important to have those connections.
Yeah,
because they're not all created equal either. Like a lot of the time, I think that's a big thing too. Like seeing a racehorse and being like, this horse doesn't want to do this job or it's not suitable for it, and finding it at home before you kind of cook it.
Yeah.
So
totally,
that's cool. I like that. That's happened for him. What a cool size.
Yeah.
My most favorite horse of my life was a thoroughbred, and she was that big.
Yeah.
She's still kicking.
Really?
Yeah. She's
with
down.
you?
No, she's not with me. She's down at Kempsey with some people that do like equine therapy, and they do some riding. And I think she just works about 3 days a week. They still send updates of her, and they've got a Facebook page, and they love her. I think that if she stops working, she'll deteriorate. That'll be the end for her, because she always had a job, and then I had a period where I didn't really have a job for her, and she was a bit neurotic, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I need to find her somewhere where she's working.
Yeah.
She's like, it was such a workhorse. And then, so she's down there doing that. But
it's a pretty common theme with thoroughbreds, I think.
I think it's like us. You have like the way that you're brought up, and you need to keep on.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty hard to tie down, that's for sure. 6 weeks post-baby, both girls, I'm just like, okay, let's go back to work now. Come on.
Yeah, I know. It's fulfilling. If you do a job that you love, it's fulfilling too. Yeah. Like it's, I know everyone's like, you work so much. I'm like, I love it.
Yeah. It's not work.
It's not work. Yeah. I know. So it's good. It's a similar thing. So you've also been working with me because your business is catering and kind of everything to do with wellness. You do sort of health, fitness. You don't do yoga though, do you?
No.
You do strength, Pilates though?
So do you want me to start where I kind of like found that? Yeah. So I guess obviously that's the horse side of me. And then I, after school, decided that I wanted to become a personal trainer. I was really inspired by a little like boot camp group that I was doing when I was like 21, I think. And I was like, cool, I want to do PT. So did my course, started working in F45 in the day. So it was like in its prime, especially it started in Melbourne. We were friends of kind of the guys that would do the training, and anyway, so started working there full time, loved it, got a bit of burnout, adrenal fatigue through just being up at 4 every morning and living off coffee and pre-workouts and training like an animal. And
I did it too.
Yeah,
because I feel a PT.
Really?
Yeah, I was a PT after I left school and had a little gym.
Yeah,
and the same thing. And I had Fletchy. I was only 21 when I had Fletchy, so I had that period, and I got a little burnt out too.
Yeah,
just the early starts, I think, and then. You don't kind of get this. I didn't get the sleep when I was a mom, but even if you're getting the sleep, I don't think women are meant to wake up that early.
No, I agree. And especially like with our cycles and how we're programmed. We're not men. We don't have just a 24-hour cycle that just keeps, ours is
such a bummer.
Yeah, I know. If only, but then such a blessing.
I know. It's just you need to be able to flow in your workspace, I think. Yeah, it's hard because it's not always set up like that. Like the gym obviously isn't. It was a little better for me because I had my own business. But you would have been. And everyone's like such a vibe in those places.
Yeah. Oh, I was such a woo girl.
Yeah.
I lost my voice many times. We'll be here all day if we dive into, all the nitty gritty of it. But F45 for some time, went through that. I was like, what else? No. I suppose the nutrition kind of came in because at F45 they did challenges. You would cook the meals, and I was always doing meal prep for myself anyway. My mum was a huge influence on me cooking. I grew up living with her pretty much full time. Mum and dad separated when I was really young. But she was super creative in the kitchen and would always make something out of nothing, you know, and I'd just be like, yeah, she just had a really creative flair and still does. And not that she like taught me to cook, but I mean when you're eating it and when you're observing and around it and like, yeah, I was never – I never knew that I would, you know, become a chef or do catering. Yeah, I loved it. And we were always very healthy. You know, I was the kid at school that had like, the healthy lunchbox and like my big naughty treat was a pack of tiny teddies and then everything else was like celery, peanut butter boats and back when you can have peanut butter in school. And like carrot, lettuce wraps and anyways, I'm very grateful for that now because we're very aware of
you never ever regret being healthy.
No. So that's all I knew. But then working as a PT, obviously nutrition is a huge part of it. I did a fitness comp back in the day. Loved the prep, absolutely hated the whole thing. I was like, my body was so ruined. I'm sure my organs were like so dehydrated and depleted and everything from it. But that, again, another learning curve and another little hiccup that kind of, you know, adds to that learning and growing and evolving.
I think you have to have that stuff, hey?
Yeah.
So much of my learnings come from stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God.
I trained for a half marathon and I was maybe like, so it was 21 Ks and I was maybe, is that what it is? Yeah. And I was like maybe 3 kilometers off finishing and I was so dehydrated. It was poorly run. It was like down in the Great Ocean Road and it was like almost midday. And I just remember running next to someone up these gravel stairs being like, I want to ask him for a drink. I'm so thirsty. They had drink stations for the first 5 Ks and then like none. Nothing. It was wild. And I woke up in the ambulance and I'd like had to spend 2 nights in hospital from like severe dehydration and just
You've never done one again?
No way.
I did one, but it wasn't a marathon. It was one of those Tough Mudders. I did it when I had the gym because all the clients wanted to do it and I was like, I'll go do one and tell you guys what it's like. And I like did 2 long runs before it and that was it. Like I was fit though, doing a lot of HIIT training and Fletchie was like 1, so it was like such an ordeal to go and it was in Melbourne. Not Melbourne, sorry, Sydney. And so we had to fly my mum down with us to look after him and we did it and it was like 6 Ks in, twisted my ankle.
No.
And I was just like, hell no.
Were you still breastfeeding or no?
Yeah. I was like, hell no, I am not. We're not going through this much effort for me to not do it. And I did it. It was 21 Ks as well. And like you get electrocuted in there, which I'm terrified of. And I finished it and I was like, never again.
Never again.
No. And then everyone's like, will you do it with us? And I was like, if everyone books the tickets, I will do it. But I was like, please don't book the tickets.
They didn't.
No, I've never done it again. Nothing like it. I feel like it's almost easier with the obstacles though because it breaks it.
True.
I think like just the flat running for that long.
Well, this was like a bit of like a cross trail. You had to like
that's
climb
hard
up a kind of like a brick, not like a brick wall, but like, you know.
Yeah, stuff.
It was pretty gnarly. It was too hot. It was, anyway, stupid. But didn't quite make that finish line. I've done a few like fun runs, like 10 Ks back in my prime running days. Back then.
10 Ks is enough.
Yeah, that's a good amount of time. No running at the moment.
No.
Anymore. So where were we? Yeah, those were like the few things that I was like, oh, wow, okay. Need to listen to my body.
Yes.
Was doing the meal prepping and then really into food and love just like, I suppose it was like when Instagram kind of just started.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to a food festival, kind of like a health, one of those expos in Melbourne with my mum, and I I found Golden Grind, which is a turmeric latte brand, and I just remember like, I don't know, falling in love with this turmeric thing and being creative with food, tagging people on Instagram. I was like, and then got noticed by a few people, and I love, you know, my creativity and making things look pretty but also taste good. yeah, so that kind of grew some momentum, which was cool. And then few years, or like maybe, I was still working at 45, came on a holiday up to Byron, where we are now, with my mum. I'd been up here several times before and I was always like, oh, Byron, I'm never moving there. And then I met this lady when I was here and she was like, I told her, I was like, yeah, I love, I do food kind of thing. I'd made an ebook of smoothie bowls for the soul and created my handle, my name, like after writing about 50 names down on a page. And she was like, I'm doing a retreat in, I think it was like a month's time. Would you want to come and help me? And she did like Ayurvedic kind of cooking. Do you know what that is?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I was.
But should
just
we explain it for anyone listening that doesn't know?
Sure. I'm just like, testing me. So Ayurveda or Ayurvedic health is basically one of the oldest known practices, and it's
Indian, isn't it?
Yeah, derives from India, and it's basically like the sister to yoga. Ayurveda is the health practice that they use, herbs.
Yeah, I've taken the herbs a few times.
Yeah, and then they've got their own constitutions. Yeah. They're pretty gnarly, the Ayurvedic herbs.
Yeah, my mum has taken them a lot. I find that they don't kind of work for me.
Sure.
But I know a lot of people that they do. I definitely agree with them. I just, not everything works for you.
100%.
Yeah, but I do love it. And I love all the theories behind it. And they have like
the constitutions.
Yeah, the constitutions.
I think that was really helpful for me, learning more about that. And a few years ago I was in India or more than a few years ago, but maybe like 7 years ago, I was in India and did like firsthand Ayurvedic cooking, and it was cool, really nice, like to learn about that as well. But so after meeting her and her saying that, I was like, something just lit me up and I was like, oh my God, I had a full-time job at home. I lived in a studio at my dad's house for free. And I was like, I need to come and move up here. And I never thought I would. So I literally quit my job, moved up I think it was 2 weeks later or something.
Whoa, I love it.
Yeah, I'm such a like all in or nothing. And I just got up and left. Dad hired a trailer and we packed everything. I had like all my plants in my car and moved up here to Lennox Head. And that was my first, like, I suppose, professional kind of food introduction. I worked with her for, it was like a 10-day retreat in Evans Head. So in a bigger scale kind of cooking. And then I found a job at Seed and Husk Cafe in Lennox. So I worked there doing the food. And same thing, like I'd never worked in food apart from just helping this lady. And I feel like that's a very strong theme for me. Like when I moved to the UK with my ex many years ago, it was only maybe a year after I had moved up here. I kind of, a friend of a friend who I'd met at the gym when we just arrived was like, oh, you're kind of into food, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, because I needed a job. And she was like, oh, they're looking for a chef at a retreat. And I was like, I'm not a chef. But obviously I was really passionate about food and nutrition, and went and met with him and he was like, can you start next week? And it was like just Friday. And I was like, holy shit. Okay. So I was thrown in the deep end. Lived in the UK for like a year and a half, I think. Yeah. And worked at a really high-end retreat, which was sick. Like it was like such good. It like sets a standard for you. Hey? Yeah. Like people would fly in on helicopters sometimes. I love it. Yeah. It was sick. It was really nice in North Devon. So that was like, kind of stepped my way up obviously I was passionate about it, but I just threw myself in the deep end. And yeah, that's kind of where my food journey started. And then when I moved back here, I went back to an F45 in Byron actually. And then I was PTing, a trainer there. And then they said, would you like to cook the meals for people? And then they can order them off you. So I did that, like batch cooking for a while. Yeah, but I guess my brand, J Nourish, and the slogan is intuitive well-being. So I guess that. So I guess food and fitness obviously come hand in hand.
Yeah, they do.
But with that, for me, it was like definitely with that holistic approach. And really, I think as women, like, you know, we are very intuitive, and listening to your intuition and what your body needs, you know?
I know.
And that was like a really big thing for me. I've done 3 ebooks so far. The first one, which I said, Smoothies for the Soul, it was called. I wanted them to be like our guilty pleasures. So one of them was like a Snickers bar in a jar.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I have to send them to you actually.
I need to eat that.
Yeah. It's a lot of prep because of the layers and everything, but, you know, delicious if you've got the time. I know you're creative in the kitchen too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, a little.
Yeah.
I'm into I'm like really funny about mixing cultures though.
Okay.
Like the kids are always like, how do you, because I cook from nothing, like you said about your mum. But I'm like, I'm like pretty simple, and I'm like, learn geography.
Yeah.
Like don't fuck with different continents. Like just keep it in the right culture. That's like pretty much my kitchen thing.
Okay.
Because like sometimes the kids will cook something and then they're like, oh, I'll put a bit of this on that. And I'm like,
yeah,
like that doesn't come from that country. You know,
Indian
like,
cannot go with Thai.
They're like,
okay.
They're like, we have no like coriander for Mexican. They're like, we'll just put some parsley on. I'm like,
no, that doesn't work. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm like, guys, you really need to look at the globe to cook.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. I definitely like cooking. I'm funny about cooking for people though.
Okay.
I'm like, if I cook for you, I'm pretty comfortable with you.
Yeah.
I'm weird about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
you
like
pick and choose who you cook for.
I feel a bit vulnerable cooking for people.
Yeah,
is that
100%.
a thing?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's my love language, you know? Like, it's my acts of service, and cooking for people is my way of like entertaining, you know?
Yeah.
I love bringing people
together. It comes
together.
through. Like now you've gone from working in the UK to being on Trendy Pony retreats.
I love it. I'm so happy. Like, I'm so happy that horses and food, like both my passions, my biggest passions, have come together.
Yeah, I know. I really like it too. I'm trying to make sure that everyone that's in like the little Trendy Pony world hopefully is horsey. Because I'm like, I want to get back to the community, and also like, you know, sometimes I feel like there's depth like there about horse people. We have other things that we like. Yeah. Just doesn't always get to come out. But I feel like everyone so far that's been on retreat with you has said that. They just like, it's so nice, and it feels casual but not still really, really good. Yeah. Which I want it to feel like that. Yeah. Like it's really nourishing. There's so much to it. It feels like there's love in the food. Thank you. Yeah, it comes across, definitely. Good. So
that's awesome.
Tick.
Yay. And I have done 2 retreats with you so far. Many more to come. Yeah. But honestly, like, I think already knowing that everyone is horsey, it's like I come into the space just knowing that I have this like this connection with the people without even knowing them, you know, which, and like going away, if you're my mom or Zach, helping on bringing my little one on the retreats in the kitchen. If you were them in the car, I was just like, oh my God, this is the best, like that I get to work my catering job but be around horse people, and like, Because they're so sick of hearing about all the horse things.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, there needs to be like a support group for horse owners where they can talk to other horse owners about horses, because everyone that is in families that doesn't have horses is like, shut up.
Yeah. But I'm very lucky. They're super supportive of what I do. And so that's good.
So I feel like a big thing which ties into you is on this platform, there's a few things on the platform that like there's your strength workouts on there. I've got some other things that are more health focused because to me, you know, people are always like, how do you be a great horse person? You have to be a great person first, like horse comes after that. So that means taking care of yourself. Yeah. You know, you want to be fit, like I said, to think, better maybe. I was like, when people are like, how do I start riding? I'm like, squat. Yeah. Like, can you squat for a couple minutes? How the hell are you going to rise trot if you can't do that? So, and then obviously nourishment is a big thing. Like you need to understand how to take care of yourself, to take care of your horses and your family. And so it's a thing. And I feel like you're now interested into moving into like the nutrition side of horses.
Yes, I am very interested. I won't talk too much about it, but obviously, I'm super passionate about nutrition.
It's a really big topic. I'm a bit, as we've spoke before, I'm a little funny about the topic because there's just so many different opinions, which I know that's how everything is in the horse world. But I guess some things that I do, a lot of things that I do, I tried and tested and I really, really believe in them. And if someone, I don't push that on people, but if someone didn't agree with me, I'm like, okay, whatever. But I feel really solid in my belief around that.
That's awesome.
Whereas nutrition, I feel like I'm still testing everything out with it. And I mean, I have for a long time, but I still don't feel super clear on it. Like obviously, hay, so much hay.
Forage is first, and I've definitely learned that. Like you can keep your horse's hard feed the same, and you know, just play around with more hay, or like for instance thoroughbreds. I notice if they're not getting lucerne. Especially if the pasture's not great. Luckily, where I've got them now, the pasture's amazing. But I definitely notice like they drop off with that little less protein. And just, I don't know.
It's really hard. We would have similar, I obviously have a range of horses, but my main horse, he's Frisian quarter horse. So he actually should be quite a good doer, but he's not. He's terrible. I bought him like really, really, really skinny and unwell. So it's been a long road to get him healthy. And then he just needs quite a large amount of feed to keep his weight on, same as what your horses would need. And, you know, he's not a super foodie guy, I think as well, because he's always had access to as much food as he wants, and he generally has his own space as well. So he would graze on his feed bucket as well as anything else he has. So he can be left with whatever, and he won't just like eat all his food, and which is great. But also I have the same thing. I notice it. He drops off if he doesn't eat lucerne, but he cannot eat it at the moment because he has an overload of calcium, and that's what I've been going through with him for about 18 months. Okay. So, which I know is no person's problem in the Northern Rivers.
I was like, wow, what a problem to have. Said no one around here.
I know. Yeah. It's crazy. So like that means and almost every supplement has calcium in it, especially like the sorts of things that people feeding around here. Lucerne obviously has it. So it's like I'm trying to pretty much feed him a calcium-free diet.
Tough.
Yeah. So, and then I just obviously notice, you know, and we had a chat about this when we were on shoot, about being grain-free. A lot of people are really into that. I feel like that's trending in the equine world. And it's hard for me because I've known quite a few people that have been grain-free, and all those people have had terrible condition on their horses, but they're also people that were new to horses. So I'm like, were they just not educated on the amount to feed? And there are also a lot of horses that weren't in work because they weren't confident horse women or riders. So I'm like.
So then you have no work for muscle tone. You have like possibly not enough
calories too.
Calories. Whereas, I like the, the cold press flax oil because you can use that as a calorie kind of thing. Like I love the whole nutrition side and potentially thinking of like I'm looking into starting my own thing. So it's actually been probably 3 years of like same thing, just try testing different things, coming up with something a little bit different as well. I know you're not a big palette gal, but it would probably be a palette just because
I think that's just my own, like that has no weight behind it.
Yeah.
At all.
It's just, I loved what you said when we had a chat about the texture and the, you like your horses to have, you don't want them to eat a mash or you like
really
the texture.
Anti-mash. I've got a lot of like my close friends and
clients,
like they're close to me. Love you guys. But they all have like these wet horse feeds and they're like slurping soup. I'm like, like they don't, or horses like, if they're in the wild, they get to forage. They eat like sticks and bark and dirt and like they eat everything. Yeah. And then it's like now you just get to eat like soupy mash.
Yeah.
And then there's like obviously all those studies to do with people and eating different textures of food, how much smarter it is, and it activates different parts of your brain and really helps you, be smarter.
Yeah.
And then obviously horses don't have that kind of interaction and see environments like they used to because of how we keep them.
Exactly.
And then it's like now we're taking that out of their feed as well. It's it's just for me, that's why I don't love it. That's my weight behind it, which is a bit woo-woo.
But it's so valid as well. But I guess like the pellet and then something like I love feeding sunflower seeds, chia seeds, flax oil or ground up flax seeds. So all those kind of, the omegas and the fats and the variety that they're going to get.
Everyone's definitely going to come online and look at your horses now.
Well, you said like my horses are on such a low feed rate. They get bulk hay. But really like the feed rate is so small.
What you told me you were feeding about a bale of hay a day, aren't you?
Because of where I was.
Yeah,
exactly. But like they get 2 to 3 biscuits of Rhodes, like maybe one of Lucerne a day, morning and night. Yeah, not the 2 Lucerne, but
I think people don't often realize how much they need. Like I have one of my horses, he's Paddy. He's just a little Paddy. Fat quarter horse, and he's on 4 biscuits of hay a day, a Lucerne and Rhodes in the morning, and then he'll have 2 Rhodes at night, and he gets a hard feed at night. He doesn't have a lot of paddock to pick on, maybe half an acre, and that's what he needs to maintain his weight. And the hard feed he has at night is a 10-litre bucket.
Of feed?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, so it's like Speedy Beet and chaff and he eats oats, but he doesn't have a lot of, he doesn't have a complete feed in there. It's a pretty basic feed with some minerals.
See, I'm okay with oats, and I guess depending on the horse, like the calories that they need.
I haven't seen something that puts oats on helps to add muscle across the hind end like oats.
Yeah.
Like if I take my horse.
For me, that's Lucerne. Like my Jagger, my big guy, he's obviously, found his kind of constitution. Since I've had him, I've had a lot of body work done. He's been on pretty much the same diet since I got him, but his composition, like he's a beast. He's probably like...
will you tell what his feed is? Will you share?
I use Sen grain free at the moment, and he gets like 1.8 kilos split into 2 feeds. The oil, Lucerne, I use Lisa... Lisa Roberts, she's an equine nutritionist around here.
Yeah.
I use the
Cold
Mycosorb
yeah.
that she has, and the mineral mix, which is like specifically formulated, the Caldera mineral
Caldera
mix,
mineral mix. I've used it.
which I would incorporate into the pellets. And she's actually overlooking kind of what I have, the ratios and everything to form the pellet before I kind of, maybe do a sample batch and send it to manufacturing. So,
and with that feed, do you weigh your feed?
I do, but I mean, like, you do it how many times a day to
but now you've weighed it and you know what that size looks like, because I think people also don't realise a dipper is not a kilo.
Yes.
A dipper is a litre.
Yeah, it's
or a
really
large dipper is 2 litres.
Really important to weigh the food first so you have an idea, And like we were talking about AI before, I just like put in, give me a ratio to formulate the pellet mix, just so I kind of knew what it would look like. And then I'll obviously get Lisa to go over that, and it came up with some amazing suggestions, just of like adding rosemary to help preserve the pellet, which was amazing.
Yeah.
I actually want the pellet to be fed with like a granola for horses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
that's what I love.
That's where like the omegas and everything, and it'll be a lower feed rate, obviously, because you don't feed them like a big dipper of all these high energy, high fat things, but so good for their coat, for the condition, for protein. So a blend.
I think as well, like, people often say to me, why is there so many feeds? Like, for example, like on a mainstream company like Pride's, why is there so many different choices?
Yeah.
But also I'm like, there's so many different choices because there's so many different reasons why you would feed that, or like you might love this feed, but like for me it's like so many feeds are cut out because I can't have a feed with calcium in it now for Stormboy.
Yeah.
So it's like, now what are my options?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you have a base feed and then you can add other feeds, then you can kind of customize the feed to your horse and your environment, which is
totally.
Yeah. So it starts to get really complicated. Like,
it does.
even from a manufacturing perspective.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. There's a lot to it. It's still a work in progress.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited
I'm really
about
excited for it.
And it's something that, obviously I am so passionate about, and it combines both of my loves and passion.
It's perfect.
Yeah. So, and I think it would just be something that I could, work on as a business for myself, and like do it from home and actually froth. Like, absolutely love it. So.
Yeah, and you're helping people too, because so many people don't understand feed. Like, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
And I think for me, I understand it a little better because I understand food and even just the major food groups.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just common knowledge. But I'm like, no, that's not common knowledge because you studied it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's
it's
you
common
and I are
for
the same
us.
like that. It's common, It's like, oh, that hasn't got enough protein, or that, they need more energy. It's really seems like just normal everyday knowledge. But then a lot of people don't know that. So they would have absolutely nowhere to start, and it feels completely overwhelming. And I feel, for me, where I'm quite confident with all those things, it still feels a little overwhelming because I'm like, I want to get it right.
Yeah.
And then, it's more affordable to feed your horse in our climate at the moment less hay. And I just want to feed so much hay. Like, hay is expensive now, which is a bummer.
I know.
So it's like, I'm always trying to feed as much hay as I can. Like, currently I think there's 12 horses on our place. So it's like, I'm trying to feed as much hay as I can, but also supplement some of that cost with feed. It's
a lot.
It's a lot.
I have to. And they are pretty good doers. Like, the little one, he's obviously going through that, regression, and then of coming off the track and like the high soy process kind of feeds.
Yeah.
And then where we were before, there was just no feed and from the pasture. And he's a little bit of a, like, I would say when he's free in the paddock, he's a little bit anxious and like probably because he's still not doing anything at the moment. But he struggles to find a bit of like inner courage and chill. Like, you know, he's a little bit like, oh, there's no food, I'm going to run laps, but he's still a young thoroughbred. So, I mean, he's 3, so.
Do you feel like supplements with horses roll over from people like magnesium?
100%, yeah. And I was actually going to touch on, I work alongside the horse herbalist, or not alongside, but I've made a good friendship with Angela Davison, who you've heard of her?
I've heard of her, yeah.
She's
I haven't
amazing.
used her, but I've heard
her.
really good things about her.
Yeah, so like I have seen a naturopath for myself for years and years, and that's just been part of life. And it's really interesting when you look at, you know, how our horses eat. It's actually so similar to us, exactly what you were saying. Like it just crosses over in every way of like the protein, the carbohydrates, that kind of thing. It's really like obviously slightly different, but it's really important, like the high fiber. But yeah, I always do, and I love, like, if you get a new horse, to do hair testing with Angela. So it's a bit of an expense, but it's such an investment. She's incredible. Like,
I think I'm going to do it with Stormboy.
You don't tell her anything about your horse, and she's just like, okay, this, like, you're telling me. And like with Chevy, she's like, he did not want to be a racehorse. He's like, hell no, you know, did not want to race. And yeah, but she was really stoked with, like, otherwise apart from the tendon, which just needs another month or so.
Yeah, I'm like, so want to do it because I've had a few people that have done it and not told her anything about their horses, and she's picked up that stuff.
She's bang on.
Like, how the hell does she know that from a hair test? So
it's
cool.
Amazing. Yeah.
Like, I so want to know.
Yeah, it's sick. I'll give you her book as well.
Okay.
Yeah, to have a look at.
I'd love that.
But herbs for horses, that's kind of where I was getting at. I think it's really, they're incredible. And horses and children especially are so, what's the word? Like,
they're intuitive.
Yeah, super intuitive.
Yeah.
But like, the smaller the dose, the more of an impact, like homeopathics and using herbs in a concentrated form in, like, you know, the tiniest dose. They just, I don't know what the word is, but basically.
I get what you're trying to say. I feel like that's how it is with us.
It works so well.
Yeah.
Like, it's so
we're like having
efficient.
too much of everything all the time. I feel like that. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, we live
less
in.
Is best.
Yeah, less is best. We live in, a society where you can have so much of everything. It's like, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
It's like little.
Yeah, totally. So, I mean, like, I love doing that with her. The initial is like $300 for the hair testing, and she gives you a full overview. And then the herbs is usually like a 6 to 8 week kind of thing of a bottle, whatever they need. And then she'll do a mini retest. And then, kind of tweak it from there. But Jagger, she did a year ago. We've done like 1 or 2. She does Bowen therapy as well. She's come out and done treatments on him. But she's amazing. So that's really cool. I love working with her.
She keeps coming up. I'm going to have to check her out.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it's hard sometimes. There's so many practitioners. I'm like, oh. But I feel like they always end up coming when I want to hear about something, because it just keeps coming up. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
What is this?
Like, it's time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And so what's your kind of future plans? Is to just get out and hack?
Yes. I signed up to the Bangalore Pony Club.
Oh, cool.
The Summerland Dressage. As I said, yet to get there. Jag is a little bit broken, but just coming out of an abscess. And the last retest I was with Jagger and Angela, and I've been doing everything right, but his racing career was just so hard. Like she said, you know, he was broken basically when I got him.
Yeah, he's got arthritis, doesn't he?
Yeah. And I've got him on Pentazan, which he's like, she'll rate everything out of 10. He rated that 8 out of 10. She's like, keep that up because it actually helps to rebuild cartilage. And so, yeah, we'll just see how he goes. Otherwise, I'll be starting Chevy under saddle in the next like 4 to 6 weeks. And I've got 2 little ones. I've got, time up my sleeve. But the goal, I think, my goal for next year, like what?
Like 2027.
Yeah, that's so wild to hear that. I would love to take Chevy to Equimillions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he was bred in New South Wales. So
it's a really cool event, hey?
Yeah.
I read about it last year maybe, and I was like, oof.
Yeah.
This inspired me.
Yeah.
I'm
we'll see how
just
Jagger's
stop.
going.
You do too many things. Don't even try.
Yeah. I'm away this one coming, but yeah, too soon anyway. But yeah, see how Jagger's going. I mean, he looks amazing. Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen him.
He's a tank. He's like, people think he's a warm blood.
I've seen him, but it was ages ago. I seen him when he was down at Sugar Beach.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, he's a beast.
He's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah.
That answered one of my questions I had for you, which was if you could go to any horse event and why, what would it be and why would you go? And would it be Equimillion?
Yeah, let's say that. That's the first thing would be anything at the moment, just like a local Aggie show, like but I'll aim high. Yeah. Goal is for Equimillions 2027.
Okay, cute.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and remember and be like, are you going?
Yeah. It's in October generally. Yeah.
It's in Sydney, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in Sydney.
Maybe you can come on a little road trip.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You can be my stable hand.
I've been planning a couple little trips because this month, July, I've been waiting for July.
Yeah.
Because everything's changing in my business. I've been kind of doing like way too much for maybe the last 8 months, like ridiculous, like shell-shocked from my own life. And this is the kind of date where everything changes and I had to make some decisions on some things. And yeah, I'll be back in and I hadn't had breakers that whole time. I've had like 1 or 2, but now I have all breakers back now. And then in July, I'm back at home with breakers a bit more. So, and everything's just like I come here on Fridays and only shoot like maybe once or twice a month now. And I've got that on the same day. And it's slowing down a little.
Yeah.
I'm like,
nice.
Yes.
I feel like as a collective, everything has been so hectic lately.
Yeah, but lately I feel like it's been that for 5 years.
Yeah, true. That's lately.
So
Time flies.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking at some trips. Rach and I want to do a couple of trips. We had a trip planned to the Snowy.
Yeah.
And it was right when everything happened with like the fuel prices going up and it was just a weird time and we're like, let's not go. It's just intense and, I didn't really want to be away from my family and we're like so far. So we'll probably try and do that again next year. But yeah, I've got a few little Trendy Pony trips on a plan. I just want to get out more.
Yeah.
I've been missing the beach so much. I didn't care. When I moved to Kyogo, I was like, whatever. Like, I used to, travel around surfing with my ex-husband and then I worked on the beach with horses for years and I was like, get me away from the sand. Like, I do not even care. The only time I'd ever go to the beach would maybe to do, a sunset walk myself.
Okay.
Like, riding a horse on the beach even. I was like, the sun's burning me. Like, I was just don't care. Yeah. And then maybe 4 months.
Too much.
Yeah, too much. Yeah. And then maybe 4 months ago, I was like, I really feel like going for a beach ride. And then I just didn't. I was too busy. And I only went last week, I think, finally. Yeah. It was so nice. Was it? Yeah, to Lennox. And we just walked. We did not even go out of a walk and for 2 hours and it was so peaceful. I was like, I need this. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm really going to try and make the effort to just do a few more, super cash rides. Mm-hmm. So.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
That. Yeah.
I definitely need to, with obviously restarting Chevy and Jagger just loves trails. He's done a few training things with Better and he just thrives.
Yeah, she's so good at that too. I sent her a message yesterday. I said, you should have some program where people can just send their horses to you to get broke for the beach. Because like sometimes I'll have a breaker and the person's like, oh, can you take him to the beach? I'm like, oh my God. And I do, but it's like, it's way out of my life routine.
Yep.
Plus I'm like one day and it's not enough for the horse. And I'm like, if they could go there, like even during my program, they went to her for a few weeks or a month or something and got, broken in to go to the beach. And then I'm like, that'd be so cool.
She's the little beach baby.
Yeah, she's a beach babe.
Yeah.
No. I'm like, you just should do everything to do with horses on the beach.
I feel like she's just comfortable with them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And she just looks like she was born to be there.
I know. 100%.
So cute. I've been asking everyone on what's your horse world ick?
Oh. I don't know. I'm really
no
bad at
naming
getting...
shaming though.
No.
I don't have a new one today. I always have new ones. I'm turning it into like my ick list. But mine is...
Yeah, tell me yours. So like I'm a
brand,
generator. So I kind of like, I respond.
This brand is going to hate me because I keep bringing it up. It's people that wash their horses with malasab when they have dry skin. It's like an itchy, dry horse and then you wash it. And I look at it and I'm like, and they're like, I've been watching it with malasab and it's like even drier. I'm like, that horse needs some fucking
oils,
beef tallow.
Yeah.
Give it some conditioner. Condition it. Like,
I'm a hairy pony gal. Like,
I love their products.
Yeah, they're really nice. But the oil wash is really nice.
Okay.
It's like essential oils. My ick, oh my goodness. I don't know.
God, you would have grown up in racing industry. You'd be just accustomed to everything.
Yeah, true. An ick. Really put me on the spot. I mean, the thing that's coming up is just like inauthentic, but that's just like...
No, that's a good one.
In general, like...
Yeah, that's a great one.
So, yeah, people who are inauthentic and they all like try hard want to be horse people, I don't know.
That say they're horsey or have a horse and don't care.
I have an ick. That's like, I'm responding to that. I'm not going to name people, but I used to live at a place and I thought it was like the dream property. Oh my God, babe, where, Zach and I moved into a horse property we were renting and it was beautiful down in Maynard. But an ick for me is when horse owners, I'll just relay the story because when people think they know the right way and they're like, it's this way. So she was like, okay, teaching me how to put a rug on a horse. And I was like, I know how to do it. She thought that I didn't know.
Yeah.
She was like, always do the front strap up first. And I was like, do you mean never do the front buckle up, like the chest buckle up first? And I was
I love this one because this is a big
like,
industry argument.
Why would you do that? Like, and I was like, but what if the horse, gets a fright, runs away, and it's only got it around their neck? Like, how's the rug gonna fall off? They're gonna they're gonna break their neck, They're gonna gallop on the rug. And she was like, oh. I was like, well, that's just how I've been taught, is you always do the back leg straps up first, because if they get a fright, it falls off the back and you're sweet, maybe a couple of times around so that is an ick for me, is like people who aren't educated properly around horses, I guess, and like try and teach. I don't know. It sounds mean now I'm saying it like that.
It's fine.
But that's
we're honest in here. Yep. No big deal. We can't. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea.
That was something that.
Yeah. So I'll tell you why. Because people either do the rug up from the front first or the back first, and whichever one they do, people are so hectic about it.
Yeah.
So like I do the rug up. I always have the leg straps done, first or last. I feel the same way. So if the horse spooks, it'll come off the horse.
Yeah.
And it could be tangled around their back legs. But the horse will, they'd break the straps or break the rug and get out of it.
Yeah.
I agree with the arguments then that it makes the horse super fearful and take off and, teaches them to kick and freak out with stuff behind. But also that's a fixable issue in my opinion. Ideally, the horse doesn't run off any time with the rug.
Yeah, that's the ideal.
Yeah, and then I've got one of my girls who I'm really close with. She sees me do it up and she is like, that is fucked up. You cannot do that. And she does it from the front first.
Okay. Yeah, right.
So
I feel like I'm
going to have to do a poll and be like, do you do it from the front or the back? I actually do it the same as you, but a few people have roasted me for that.
The same as what I said?
The same as you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a few people have roasted me for that. Although when I'm rug training a breaker, I don't.
Yeah.
When I'm rug training a breaker, but I've got it on a lead.
Yeah.
I guess you should always have it on a lead if it's spooky.
I mean, of course if they're tied up, but I mean, horses can break twine. I don't know. It's just the way. Or another ick is when people are too lazy to, like, when they're taking the rug off and they leave the leg straps open.
I'm on you with that one. Yes. Clip your leg straps up, people.
It's just
that's
annoying.
Like one of the levels
and when
that
you
you're
throw
going
it
to be
back
in
on,
life.
it's going to hit them in the hock and they're not happy about it. Come on.
You're going to tread on it, and what's worse is even if like you didn't do it for the horse, do it for yourself because you're going to have to pick up the shitty rug clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always clip them up. I'm like hectic at that in my house. I obviously live with cowboys and they like don't even rug, but they're like, why would you clip that up? Like, flip it up. Yeah, don't do my job or do it properly.
I guess that's me. But there's there's many more.
That's a good ick.
Yeah.
Yeah, clip the rug straps up. The other one's good, the other one's controversial.
Yeah. Let's go with that then. The last, what we just high-fived on.
Yeah, that's a really good one, actually.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what everyone else's were.
Yeah, what are the other icks?
I can't remember now.
Better's
what was Better's? Better's was something horse trainer, I think, like people that can't load their horses on a float or something. I was like, Better, that's like everyone. Yeah. I don't even know if that was her. That might have been someone else. I was like, that's like most people.
Yeah. I'm so grateful my horses are like I just floated them. I don't think Chevy had ever, I think he's been on like a longer angle loader, but he'd never been on a
straight and he just went in.
Yeah. It was an angle loader. But I think that the way that he goes on a float, he's not going to have an issue going on a straight loader, for a little like 3-year-old. He's so chill. I've taken him out for in-hand walks and he's like through parks, like a park in Ballina where, near where they were, never been there before, like a puppy dog on a lead, literally just cruising along. And I'm like, you're going to be such a legend.
I think people don't realise that, like when they have a horse broken in at the trainer and they've maybe had something like that before, like a racehorse or something, I'm like, a thoroughbred is an athlete. So if they get elevated or something happens, there's a lot. You got a sports car there behind it. But they've had so much exposure. Like to have a breaker with that level of exposure, it would need to be at the trainers for a year. Because they go so many places all the time and they're going around so many things. So much stuff's going on. They're going on and off trailers or trucks. Daily. There's, they're used to being stalled. They're used to being turned out. Like they just do so much stuff. So a lot of them have been halter started and gone through the yearling sale. Like there's just a lot that they've done. They're like a little, you get a good start, especially if you get something that's unraced and it's like.
I know that's one thing that I've noticed between Jagger, the older, like been there, done that, been, numerous states racing. He is like a legend, super quiet and, perfect in some ways. But because he's been exposed to those like high, what's it called? Like high activity, race days basically.
Yeah.
I think he has that like fight, flight, alert, like that real.
It could be a work day basically.
Yeah. And I think because he's been exposed to that and then Chevy hasn't, he's like only ever done 2 barrier starts and I think he came dead last in both of them. Like his little legs like, but because he doesn't know that, what you can't unsee what you've already seen, And I think that's
horses learn patterns. So like that's not something that really can be argued. They learn patterns. So, and I think a lot of the time people think when they get a horse like Jagger, they might say he's traumatized from racing. He's not traumatized from racing. He has just learnt the pattern of racing on race day.
Yep.
He's going to get elevated and race. He could have loved racing. We don't know. Yeah. You could probably be able to tell if you watched a playback.
I think
he
did. Yeah, I've watched a few of his races, and he was a $350,000 yearling, very well bred, amazing sprinter, but just like too hard on his joints. I think he had like 21 starts, so not a lot of starts, but just couldn't handle it.
That's enough for a pattern so that he feels like, and that I think it's hard to get rid of that stuff. Like it's there.
Yep.
So
and then I suppose like all the trials and the, the training that goes into that prior to those race days as well. Yeah, but
so cool.
Yeah,
I don't know that I've got many more questions for you. I've got a fun one. If you could go to one country and ride, where would you go and why? Like, like a like you can do like the snowy mountain ride or where did you say?
No, I was saying one of those kind of things. I am thinking something like Canada, kind of Switzerland. I don't know, like Alpsy.
Cold,
like
pine trees.
Yeah, that sounds good. So my family are from New Zealand, and I did when my first overseas trip was with my dad when I was 9, and we did a trail along the Shotover River. And we full galloped. It was so cool.
That's so cool. I've done
up the mountain.
I've done the boat in the Shotover River. Which was really fun. Too.
I
didn't realise they had a trail ride there. That's so cute. Yeah, so close to Queenstown too.
Yeah. So we did that. That was beautiful. But I'm definitely like riding on the beach is really cool. I did that a bit when I was out at Sugar Beach, but I'm not a beach girl. I'm definitely like give me mountains and greenery and nature and
I've got a couple that I would love to do. The Dolomites is one.
Oh.
But someone told me that you like pretty much have to apply for that ride and
Dolomites,
not everyone gets accepted into it. Yeah, it's a bit snobby or something. I'm like, really? I don't know if that's just gossip, but it's
weird.
Yeah. And I see that it's come on Globetrotters and gone a couple times.
I was going to say Globetrotters, like all their feed comes up and I'm like, this is sick.
Yeah, the Dolomite ones I would love, and they ride the little halflingers too. So they're like little mountain ponies, and I love riding ponies. So I'm like, I'd vibe that.
Yeah.
I really want to do the Glenorchy ride that's down in South Island. Yeah. Because that's where they ride through, like where they film Lord of the Rings. But I hear mixed reviews about that business.
I have an interesting fact about that. So Zach, my partner's dad's best mate, he trained all the horses that were used in Lord of the Rings, and he was actually the stunt rider who did. Oh my God, I'm not a
Gandalf.
Yes, the main guy. Yeah, he was like the actual rider.
Is he from the Gold Coast?
No, maybe it's someone else. But anyways, one of the main guys, brown hair. Anyways.
Oh yeah, maybe that's the main fighting guy. I'm thinking of the wizard. Yeah, not
Gandalf. He's the old guy, right?
Yeah, he's the wizard.
Yeah, no, not him. The brown haired guy. He was the actual rider for like the crazy
stunts.
Scene. Yeah, stunts and
that
stuff.
guy. Oh, I forget his name. He's in Viggo Mortensen. He's in Hidalgo. He rides in that horse movie. Have you watched it?
No.
Where he's a cowboy and he rides a Mustang in the desert.
Okay.
It's a great film. You should watch it.
I will.
Yeah.
Hidalgo?
Hidalgo.
Oh, Hidalgo.
Hidalgo. Yeah. He rides his Mustang in the desert in an endurance race against all the Arabs. It's really cool. So he rides against Arabians, but he's a Mustang.
Yeah.
And he's that same character from Lord of the Rings. I forget his name. He's the like rugged one that sword fights. He bought his horses after the film.
No way.
Yeah, and he bought the white horse and gave it to the woman that was the stunt double for that. And
actually, I think I remember hearing this. Yeah.
I think he's my favourite actor now from these things. Sick. And he's in that other movie.
You need to send me Hidalgo.
I'll remember after today. Yeah. such a good film. And I've been telling Dave to watch it because he would love that movie.
Yeah.
And he hasn't watched it. He hasn't watched many horse movies.
You need to have a movie night.
Yeah. It's a good one. There's so many of those rides now. I always say to people when they're not into horse ownership, like not they can't afford it, but they don't want to do the care, basically. I'm like, you either need to put your horse in full care or don't have a horse and do all the crazy cool rides that are on now. They're just everywhere.
Yeah.
So many.
I know. We went on when we went to Mexico a few years back. Zach, I roped him into doing like a big trail in Mexico and he was like got off halfway. He's like, oh, my inner thighs. My hips hurt.
It's so funny. You haven't tried to buy him a horse yet though?
We're going to get our own property one day. And he is super keen to ride. And like, he's come on a few trails on Better's horses. He rode Super and Gigi when she had him. And he's actually, one of those people that like gets on a horse and they look like they've been riding forever.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, you look like a show rider. like a really nice seat.
Oh, really?
And like, proper, it's wild. I'm just like, at least you'll fit in. But yeah, and he was like collecting superstition when we were like trotting on the beach.
Oh my God, how funny.
Okay.
Random.
Yeah, I know.
But I wouldn't pick him to be like that.
I know. He's a motorbike guy. But
that's probably why.
Yeah.
He'd understand his seat.
Yeah.
Yep. It's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
Except, a bike's obviously a little
Except
different.
you have a living animal that has its own brain.
But still, like understanding hip placement.
And the balance and, where to sit.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it all kind of goes across.
Yep.
That's really cool. Obviously, Dave's a retired bull rider.
Yeah.
And that's so cool learning about bull riding because it's so technical, obviously, but like I just never thought of it because I'm not really that into it. But it is such a technical sport, like horse riding, and like how your seat and your hips and everything is just like, it's really cool. And he had never had any riding lessons in his life. And then he's had just only a couple because he's always at work, but he's had a couple with Ness, who does lots of videos on the platform.
Yep.
And we're both just like, oh my God, like the connection, his mind connection to what he's doing with his body is phenomenal.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And
I love watching this. It's satisfying.
Yeah. And guys, my mum was saying the other day as well, she brought it up. She was like, I feel like male horse riders it always just comes like easier for them because the male and the female brain obviously so different and they just don't overthink things. I think they just like, sweet, let's just get it done.
I think as well, this is really woo-woo, but I always say it to women that I have that are really traumatized getting on a horse. I'm like, for a man to sit on a horse, it's a really dynamic position to be in, and it's very masculine. But for a woman to sit straddled on an animal that could hurt them, it's a vulnerable position for the female body to be in. So I think in that way, the energy is just so different. It's like a man sitting on a horse and it's like he's pimping.
Yeah.
Or it's a girl sitting on a horse and she's like super vulnerable.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it too. It's like it's just a different thing. So, and we think about everything and we have more intuition.
Yeah.
So, men are just better at doing, get the job done. Not necessarily better, but definitely they're more effective at action. So, although I've seen some really bad male riders. Oh, my God.
Oh, God,
I'm just picturing this guy I watched nearly fall off not that long ago.
Really?
He's just like a figurine on the horse. Like I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a woman sit on a horse like that. So funny.
Yeah, there's definitely some funny seats.
Last question.
Yeah.
So it can be like any horse world person or anyone. Like there's a lot of people that inspire me. When we were on the retreat, the last one that you did with Rachel, and we filled out this actually. It was like what accounts inspire you because it was a content retreat. And most of the accounts that I follow that inspire me are not horse people. But who inspires you? Like I'm thinking horse people, but it can also not be. And why? Like who do you follow on Instagram or who do you have around you that you learn from? You don't do lessons, do you?
No, so I've maybe had a handful of lessons my whole life. I just never, I was thinking my childhood, I don't know, just.
And like if you're scrolling and what horse content like grabs you, what are you like, ooh,
One thing. Yours, amazing. I love your. No, I do though. But I don't know.
Or like, do you have an online horse crush? I'm just thinking. You told me about some horse of someone's you liked. I think was that you? Oh no, that was just that little filly that you like now. Of Betters.
Oh, I love her, little Goldie. I'm glad you didn't take her.
She's quieter.
Yeah,
she's going to be a much quieter horse than the one I took.
Less flighty. Okay. The person that's coming up is, and she doesn't have, or maybe she does have Instagram, but Angela, the horse herbalist. I just love her. She's her like worldly knowledge, and she was actually one of the first was the first female jockeys to ever ride in Australia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so she's British.
She has a horse background.
She's British. She was a jockey. I think she did eventing as well.
Oh, cool.
But she came over to Australia and then her story is incredible. Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh my God, and maybe I need to have her on here.
Yeah, seriously. She's someone that I would love to I'm learning off her as I go through, but like that I would love to learn off, like, you know, as working with her kind of thing. I
love that who your person is.
She's just so beautiful. I don't know how old she is. Maybe she's an older lady. Yeah, maybe in her 70s or.
And does she have horses still?
No, I think it was only a couple of years ago she had her last, but yeah.
She's with horses. Because do you send stuff to her or does she come out and see horses?
She does treat horses. She does the Bowen. Muscle flicker, Bowen therapy.
Oh, and kinesiology?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know exactly, but I guess her hair testing would be like a kinesiology kind of thing. But yeah, just like I think it's the herbs and the connection of healing that she has with horses. And then, a few other people that I'm kind of thinking of is I love, like, I was talking about groundwork and Susie May, like that. Yeah.
I just saw she lost her horse.
I know.
I don't know her, but I was like, I felt that one.
Yeah.
I never am like that with people either.
I watched the story and I had tears and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, it's full on.
I lost a horse, like, ending on a... I lost a horse that I had for a month up at the main arm property that I lived at.
What, colic?
He got kicked by, like, he was super off the track, really quiet, 3-year-old as well, just like super submissive, the sweetest and so, so pretty. Dad got him shipped up from Victoria. And then he was in like a herd kind of environment and there was like the 3 male horses were kind of picking on him. It was a rainy morning and one of them just turned around and literally booted him in the ribs and this is like so morbid and I'm okay, but he was like, ran into the dam and basically died in my arms like 15 minutes later. So fucking horrible.
So what, did it give him a heart attack or what?
No,
drowned?
it must have like punctured
lung.
I think so. But then when he would have gone into the dam to like escape. I saw it happen and I ran downstairs. And then as I was like coming out the front door, he jumped into the dam and swam over towards me, but he'd already like kind of his head had gone under. He came over and we were trying to get his rug off and just like had his head in my arms and
horrible.
So I felt her pain, you know.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, he was just the sweetest horse. So like straight off the track.
It's so hard because people like there's no right. That's why I'm so keen to do this podcast because everyone does things differently with horses.
Yeah.
And there's more than one right way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then every way can be criticised. So
totally.
Yeah. It's like back down, heaters, horses chill, because it's like
Yeah.
that situation is like a herd environment where people want horses to be a lot of the time now, but it's like herd environment can be quite dangerous. I've seen the most accidents in a herd situation. I had a horse that I gave to a client, and he was in a herd environment, and he broke his shoulder rearing up and playing with another horse. He came down on his leg wrong and broke it.
Wow. Yeah.
It was pretty bad. And then I watched my little horse that I bred out the window. He was chasing another horse in the paddock, like kind of hassling her. And she turned really quick, and he turned and his knee just went through. And I saw it out the window, and like I feel like, I've had a few, and they've all been paddock accidents. And I mean, horses have accidents in the wild.
Yeah.
Like, I've been out there trekking a bit, and I've seen a few horses in the wild in really bad situations, like broken fetlocks and just stuck there. And I'm like, they definitely know how to injure themselves.
Yeah.
Like, obviously that wasn't.
They're such like big, strong animals, but then they're so precious.
I think
so fragile.
so fragile. You have to be, I think, okay with.
I was even like, oh, do I leave my guys in together? And then I've like had them in the same paddock off and on, just like in the day. It's just feeding, but I think Jagger's very dominant. They're both very food
orientated,
obsessed, but as most horses are, but they're like very food aggressive. But I think Jagger's like dominant enough, and he's not nasty, whereas Chevy's like, okay, I'm not gonna try and get your food. He'll stand there and be like,
I think they settle in too, and they know their place. It's always the pesty one that keeps on hassling, where I'm like, you're gonna end up.
I had a little stock horse. I think I sold him like a year and a half ago, but he would like just keep coming in and into Jagger, and Jagger just like bit him chunks out, and like just was getting so pissed off.
Yeah,
I think he just didn't respect him.
Yeah, I don't like it when there's a Storm Boy's kind of adjacent to the breakers, but I'm trying to move him because all my breakers have started biting lately, and it's because of him, because he's always at them, like biting and playing, and anyway, he's been moved. He can't live with anyone. He just like, I put him with Dave's mare because I thought the mare might sort him out, and then yesterday morning we could see him down there, and he's trying to pull the rug off her back, and she's just like trying to be peaceful, and she's running away from him. He's chasing her, like holding her by the rug, and
I know sometimes it's just like
you're a dick.
It's just
you
too
have to
much.
Leave alone.
Yeah,
and that's just your life.
Yeah.
So he's away from them, but when he's not food aggressive at all, as I said before, he's
good.
really relaxed with his food.
Yeah.
But when there's a breaker in the yard closest to his paddock, and they're looking at his food all the time, he starts to get aggressive. And then when I walk in, I notice he just does, like normally you walk in, he just everything's super soft. He backs up, does everything beautifully. I notice that he changes and he'll get a bit grumpy, and he's just not like that. And I'm like, like the change happens so much in an environment like that with horses. It like really affects them.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
100%.
It's so hard because I'm like, I love them being in with each other.
Yeah, it's nice for them to have
I put him in with Paddy a bit because Paddy is obviously a stallion and doesn't take his shit, but we'll have a play with him. Yeah. But I don't leave him in there because I'm like, if someone rode, like we got a dirt road in front of our place, if someone rode a mare down there, he would definitely maybe hurt Storm Boy. So like that's his only paddock mate that can handle him. Yeah. And I'm
just like give them little play dates.
Yeah, they do. They have play dates.
Yeah.
But I'm like, like the idea of having them all together is the ultimate idea, but the herd has to work. It doesn't always work. Mm-hmm. We got our horses that are at the cattle, and there's just one in there, and she's the problem. Okay. I'm going to have to sell her, I think. I'm like, there's just like one that just disrupts the whole thing. Yeah. And then when she's in her own little holding yard at the moment, it's like a 1 acre paddock, and it's peaceful. Mm-hmm. I'm like, it's her. It's definitely her. She is the problem.
Yeah. What breed is she?
Arab, which they're not normally like. They're normally really just.
Say you told me because little Goldie's like Arab.
Yeah, she's got quarter
horse.
Arab.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. She's 3/4 quarter horse, quarter Arab. Yeah. Just gives maybe the quarter horse a little bit more go and a little bit more brain.
Yeah.
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 Because they can be a bit slow and doughy.
She almost came up. I had Ruby like strapped to me the other day, and Betta was training her in the round yard, and I was just like down there just knelt down, and she kept like coming closer and closer and closer to me, and was like inches away from me, just coming to say hi, like never been touched.
And
only
was
by
the
you
other
guys.
one? No.
No, she was like, Betta was training her in the round yard. Yeah, but she was just like, oh, I want to come
I think
and say
she'll be
hi.
really good now the other one's gone, because
I
the other one
know.
was the
Like the anxious kind of energy.
yeah,
and like
just a bit more full on.
Yeah.
So she was great. Well, she was great after we caught them yesterday. They were mad.
Yeah.
And then she I knew that I had to give her rope to come through the gateway, because I was like, if I've got it too short, she's going to run me over. But I also knew that she'd take off when she came through. So
Why did you want to take the flatty one?
I just feel like it's the right pony for Danny.
Yeah.
Because his pony, that he was already like that. And I kind of broke her in for him, but I only could really walk around on her. I did a little bit of trotting because she was too small for me. So under a lot of guidance, he's done most of the work himself.
Yeah.
And she died.
No.
Yeah, she died the weekend before the retreat.
Oh.
I know. And she's only 4-year-old.
Far
And he
out. What
just did his
happened?
first camp draft on her. So we haven't had her that long, 18 months or something. We don't know. We woke up and she's just dead in the paddock. Like no marks on the ground, nothing. A tiny bit of blood in her nose. So, yeah, the vet was like, she's had some kind of, I thought it was a brain aneurysm. They said a lung, something similar, but in her lungs. Not a mark on her.
That's
Or
wild.
a tiny mark on her face, where she's obviously I think she must have nicked her forehead on the post as she fell.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, no struggle on the ground, nothing. Like, I think she literally must have died standing. So, anyway, and it was our weekend where he wasn't with us. And then how do you tell a kid that off over the phone? And then we couldn't just, like, bury her, and it's weird to have no closure. So we had to go get him over.
Yeah.
And then tell him it was just, obviously just a horrible, horrible situation and everything.
Yeah.
And then, our kind of plan was that he would ride her for maybe the next 2 years and sell her and use that money to buy himself his next horse. That's, he wants a cow pony, and something unbroken, and we'd break it in and whatever, because then he could afford it and we could afford it. But, yeah, now we're restarting, and I'm like, he's like kind of obviously wants to upgrade, and I'm like, can't afford to, but also there's so many, like there's 4 boys in our family, so it's like you can't get a $10,000 horse and they get nothing. So we start back with the wild pony. And his last one was riding pony, pony Welsh, so he's now familiar with the breed a little bit. And this one's riding pony quarter horse.
Yeah.
So it's a nice step up, I think. And she's a bit bigger, and
I was going to say she'll be a bit bigger.
she's not as touchy or as sassy as his last horse.
Okay.
But it was cool for him to see, because he felt like his last horse was pretty wild, and she was very, very, very flighty, spooky, touchy. But she wasn't wild at all. The people, like, she'd been handled as a foal and everything, and this horse obviously hasn't been.
Yeah.
So it was cool for him to see the difference now, because he's like, okay, that's wild. But I think this one's quieter than his last one for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, in hearing what you're saying, then this one will be, like, once you guys have, done it properly and Betta's done that bit of handling, and, like, she was telling me what she was doing the day before, and then she'd already thought about it, and then the next day
she's really
she was
smart.
Really smart, yeah. She's
But
so pretty.
She went through the gateway and the rope was long, and I was ready for it because, I was like, the rope's got to be long so I don't get motored down. And she took off, and I held her, but she dragged me across that whole paddock there at Betta's. And I could see Danny, and I had told him to stand back, and he was way back. But then she took off, and I'm like, get out of the way, get out of the way. But he didn't turn around and run. He was like jumping and running backwards. So I was like holding on to this horse, still like laughing, but also worried that my child's going to get plowed down. Anyway, he got out of the way, and it was fine. And once I had a handle on a few things, she calmed down, and she walked straight on the trailer.
Sick.
Yeah. So
That's so good.
And Danny's like, wow.
Second time on the trailer.
And I said to him, that shows you how a good experience. She had a great experience going the trailer, nice travel, and Betta's just obviously beautiful with horses. I'm like, a positive experience sticks. So you can imagine how a negative experience sticks. Like if you beat up on a horse near the trailer, or, you have a bad experience, or you force them in, like they're they're never going to be relaxed in there.
No, that's so true.
So, yeah, it was really cool for him to see all that. And, yeah, he's excited for it. So
sick. Can't wait to see the progression.
Yeah, I know.
We'll
see, I'm so excited too because she's obviously all hairy and her coat's going to fall out and she's going to have such a glow up.
Golden pony.
Yeah, we got the last one like that. It was like in winter and she was hairy and like mad and in like 6 months she was broken in and calm and her coat fell out and we were like, I knew. Yeah. But Danny's like, whoa, she's beautiful.
Aww, so
at least we get to do that again.
Yeah.
But he's still a bit funny about his other horse. He can't really talk about it. He's excited that this maybe horse would have a bit more cow sense, but we'll see. When she was running around the other day, she definitely was looking more like a riding pony.
Really?
But
she's
she
so
also
pretty.
Yeah, she also pulled up and did this, like, properly dropped her ass and did this sliding stop for about 3 meters and Danny was like,
oh. See, I'd be looking the other way and I'd be like, oh, her in the show ring, she'd be pretty. I saw she was like cresting her neck.
Yeah, she does. Like, she holds her head and he's had
really
that,
like pretty dainty.
Yeah, his last pony really, he worked on it a lot and I did, but she just had like a freeze and the tendency to put her head up.
Yeah.
And I mean, he rode Strongboy for his lesson this week and yeah, he loved riding him, which was funny because he hasn't rode him in so long.
So
he cantered around on him and everything.
Oh,
he's going to be quite a good rider, and he rides him well because that's how his pony rode. But I think it's going to be so nice for him to have a horse that just actually wants to naturally carry its head better.
Yep,
it's going to be a massive upgrade for him,
and just being broken in well by you guys.
Yeah, hopefully.
And then
because they don't have enough horses to break in at the moment. Got like 6.
Enough yards?
It's chaos. It's chaos. I just want the gates on the arena because I got one breaker I'm a little scared to ride at the moment.
Okay.
And I'm like, I feel like, and I'm thinking about the openings. So I'm like,
and then
it's probably just going to see it and take off through the gap.
Yep.
But anyway, hopefully we'll get the gates on this weekend. So
sick.
Yeah.
Welder is going to tick that off for you.
I know.
Yeah.
But I am loving being back. It's funny. It's like any job, you know, when you do too much of it, you get burnt out and you're like, I don't want to do this job anymore. And then,
100%.
Like when you do a job that you chose because you're passionate about it, like your job, then you have a break and you're like, oh my God, I just want to be doing it again. So it's been nice. I've been so appreciating. Yeah. And it's rained. Like I've been out there riding and training horses in the rain for the last month and I just buckle up. Like,
you just got to get it done.
Yeah, got to get it done.
Good desensitizing
but
for
I'm
them.
Still perky about it. Yeah. I'm like, am I about to lose my shit or is this just me now?
No, it's just fine. Just doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Cool.
All right.
I reckon we're done.